Welcome to District Command Central, your go-to source for the latest news and updates on the Washington Commanders. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you never miss a play. The Washington Commanders opened their 2025 campaign with a statement performance that has quietly flown under the radar, but anyone paying attention knows something special is brewing in the nation's capital. After last season's defensive struggles, which saw the team surrender a staggering 980 yards across their final two playoff contests, the Commanders demonstrated a remarkable turnaround in Week 1, dismantling the New York Giants with a performance that left fans and analysts alike buzzing. The game was far from perfect. Penalties kept piling up, and moments of sloppy execution threatened to undo their work. But the defense, led by emerging standout Quan, imposed a level of control that New York simply could not overcome, holding the Giants to only 231 total yards and preventing a single touchdown. Washington not only achieved a historic home win, but also signaled to the league that a new defensive identity might finally be taking root. The narrative of progress is unmistakable, and the quiet emergence of players like Martin only adds to the intrigue surrounding this evolving squad. Quan's trajectory within the Commanders' defense has become impossible to ignore after his performance in Week 1, and his rise is capturing attention from fans and pundits who crave breakout stars. Early in the game, Martin was beaten in coverage by Giants wide receiver Malik Neighbors, an event that could have shaken a lesser player's confidence. Instead, Martin responded with poise and determination, demonstrating the kind of resilience that separates good players from truly impactful ones. Head coach Quan had already pointed to Martin as a player poised for a breakout after an impressive preseason, remarking, "I feel like he's one player that I think is really about to go big." That premonition was reinforced as Martin logged the most defensive snaps on the field, signaling both trust from the coaching staff and his growing importance in the team's scheme. By the game's end, his stat line of 5 tackles, a quarterback hit, and a near interception underscored that Martin is quietly shaping up to be one of the league's most underrated defensive assets. What makes Martin's performance particularly impressive is the context in which it occurred. The Commanders' defense held the Giants out of the end zone twice despite New York reaching the 5-yard line on both occasions. This red zone dominance is rarely achieved without coordination, discipline, and timing, and Martin was at the center of it, demonstrating awareness and anticipation beyond his years. Russell Wilson, usually a maestro at manipulating defenses, was held to a paltry 2-for-9 passing performance inside the red zone, producing just 12 yards and a 39.6 passer rating, a figure that speaks volumes about the defensive pressure orchestrated by Washington's secondary. Martin's physicality, combined with his mental acuity, allowed him to nearly sack the veteran quarterback, further cementing his influence over the game. Analysts watching closely have begun to whisper about a potential breakout year, noting that if Martin continues on this trajectory, a long-term extension might not only be justified but inevitable, as his presence on the field creates matchups that opposing offenses struggle to counter. Beyond the individual performance, Martin's impact reverberates across the entire Commanders' defensive unit, which seemed to operate with cohesion and shared purpose throughout the game. The young safety emphasized post-game that their success is rooted in collective effort and accountability, stating that the focus has been on playing as a unit and that everyone performed their role to secure the hard-earned victory at Northwest Stadium. This team-first mentality appears to be translating into tangible results, as Washington's defense displayed a rare blend of discipline and aggression that stifled a historically potent Giants offense. The interplay between strategic positioning, communication and coverage, and individual heroics like Martin's allowed the Commanders to not only preserve field position, but to impose their will on key drives, turning what could have been tense moments into defensive triumphs that energized the home crowd and sent a message to the rest of the NFC about their defensive identity. Strategically, the Commanders appear to be leveraging Martin in ways that maximize his strengths while minimizing vulnerabilities, an approach that could pay dividends over the long season. By assigning him critical snaps across multiple defensive packages, the coaching staff is signaling their belief that Martin possesses the versatility and endurance to influence the game in every phase. His ability to read plays, react quickly, and execute tackles with precision gives Washington a weapon that can disrupt timing, force turnovers, and create momentum swings. Analysts have pointed out that players with similar skill sets often become foundational pieces in elite defenses, and Martin's early season form suggests he could be trending toward that echelon. Beyond individual accolades, the intangible effect Martin has on teammates, boosting confidence, elevating communication, and setting a standard for effort, is perhaps equally important, as it amplifies the collective performance of the defensive unit and solidifies the culture Dan Quinn is attempting to instill. The broader implications of Washington's Week 1 performance extend beyond just defensive stats, as it sets a precedent for what this team can accomplish when both sides of the ball operate effectively. The offense, despite a somewhat messy showing, still produced 21 points, giving the defense a buffer to assert control without overexertion. This balance between scoring and preventing points creates a platform for strategic growth, especially when young stars like Martin continue to develop rapidly. Observers have noted that when defenses contain elite offenses with discipline and opportunistic playmakers, momentum in a season can swing dramatically, elevating the team from a contender to a favorite. Martin's performance is emblematic of this potential, as he exemplifies the blend of youthful energy, skill, and mental fortitude that can tip tight contests in Washington's favor, reinforcing the idea that the Commanders are quietly building a formidable foundation that may surprise many skeptics in the months to come. As the season progresses, the attention surrounding Quan Martin and the Commanders' defensive resurgence is likely to intensify, particularly if the young safety continues his upward trajectory. The Week 1 victory offers more than just a scoreboard win. It provides a blueprint for success built on resilience, preparation, and individual excellence within a cohesive framework. Fans and analysts alike are beginning to recognize that Martin is not merely a promising talent, but a potentially transformative player whose contributions could redefine the team's identity. If he maintains his form, he could emerge as a sneaky Pro Bowl candidate, validating the coaching staff's early confidence and elevating Washington's defensive profile in the league. For a team hungry to shed past playoff disappointments, Martin's performance serves as both inspiration and evidence that the Commanders might be on the cusp of a breakout season that surprises even the most optimistic observers. The combination of emerging talent, strategic deployment, and collective cohesion sets a compelling narrative for what lies ahead in Washington's campaign. If you're enjoying the coverage, make sure to smash that like button and drop a comment with your thoughts on the Commanders' latest moves. We want to hear from you. The NFL world is buzzing with speculation as the Washington Commanders reportedly pulled off one of the most surprising moves of the offseason by acquiring star wide receiver Tyreek Hill. Sources close to the team suggest that the deal came together unexpectedly fast, leaving both fans and analysts scrambling to understand the full implications. Hill, known for his electrifying speed and game-changing playmaking abilities, has long been one of the most coveted offensive weapons in the league, and his arrival in Washington is already stirring conversations about how the Commanders' offense could transform. While no official statement has yet been released by the team, the rumor mill has been active, with insiders hinting that the acquisition could signal a new era under the current coaching regime. Social media has exploded with reactions, ranging from excitement to skepticism, as fans try to gauge how Hill's presence might affect team dynamics, quarterback relationships, and overall strategy in the upcoming season. The whispers surrounding this potential blockbuster trade suggest that Hill's move to Washington was anything but conventional, hinting at behind-the-scenes negotiations that might have involved complex draft pick exchanges and cap maneuvering. Analysts are dissecting the financial implications, questioning how the Commanders plan to integrate Hill into an offense that has struggled with consistency in recent years. Hill's ability to stretch the field vertically could open up opportunities for other receivers, potentially rejuvenating careers and adding a layer of unpredictability to Washington's game plan. Rumors also indicate that the coaching staff has been strategizing around Hill's unique skill set, contemplating formations and plays specifically designed to maximize his speed and agility. Meanwhile, fans are already drawing comparisons to past legendary receivers, debating whether Hill's arrival could finally elevate Washington to playoff contention. The rumor mill hints at the possibility that Hill's signing is more than just a roster upgrade. It could be a bold statement of intent from a franchise eager to change its narrative. Beyond the tactical and financial considerations, the chatter surrounding Hill's potential arrival touches on the psychological impact on the team and locker room culture. Hill is known not only for his elite athleticism, but also for the charisma and energy he brings to a team environment, qualities that can influence morale and competitive drive. Insiders speculate that his presence could catalyze a shift in team identity, inspiring younger players and challenging veterans to elevate their performance. Social media narratives are already shaping expectations, with memes, highlight reels, and speculative commentary flooding platforms as fans imagine the explosive plays Hill could produce on Sundays. Additionally, Hill's track record as a clutch performer in high-pressure situations fuels speculation that he could be the missing piece Washington needs to secure a playoff berth. The buzz extends beyond the team itself, sparking debate across the league about how defenses will adjust and whether the Commanders might become a must-watch team due to the sheer unpredictability Hill brings to the field. From a historical perspective, Tyreek Hill's rumored move represents a seismic shift in franchise strategy, reflecting a growing trend in the NFL where teams prioritize elite playmakers over traditional building blocks. Analysts argue that this approach mirrors a broader league philosophy, emphasizing speed, versatility, and explosive scoring potential. The Commanders, long criticized for inconsistent offensive production, might be signaling a willingness to embrace risk in pursuit of reward. Rumors also suggest that team executives were willing to trade significant assets to secure Hill, underscoring the urgency and conviction behind the move. Meanwhile, fans are drawing parallels to other high-profile trades, speculating whether Washington is attempting to replicate the meteoric success of teams that successfully integrated superstar receivers into already solid offensive cores. The narrative surrounding Hill's potential acquisition already dominates sports talk, highlighting the intersection of strategy, hype, and anticipation in professional football. Amid all the speculation, questions abound regarding quarterback compatibility and play-calling adjustments. Hill's speed forces defenses to respect deep threats constantly, which could dramatically change the way Washington approaches its offensive schemes. Rumors indicate that the coaching staff has been considering a variety of creative strategies, from quick-release passes to jet sweeps, to fully exploit Hill's unique abilities. Analysts are also speculating about how this move might influence the team's draft strategy, with whispers that future selections may prioritize offensive linemen and complementary receivers to support Hill's game-changing presence. The storyline extends to fantasy football circles, where projections for Washington players have skyrocketed following the news, with fans anticipating a statistical explosion once Hill integrates into the lineup. The anticipation, rumor-driven as it is, has reignited excitement around a franchise that has struggled to capture national attention consistently, with Hill's arrival potentially serving as the spark for a new era of competitive relevance. Financial implications are another aspect fueling speculation, as insiders suggest that the Commanders navigated complex salary cap challenges to make this move possible. Hill's contract demands, rumored to include significant incentives tied to performance and longevity, may have required innovative structuring to align with team priorities. Analysts are debating the long-term ramifications, questioning whether the investment in Hill signals a win-now mentality or a calculated gamble to elevate the franchise's profile. Rumors hint at the possibility that Washington has positioned itself to remain flexible in future transactions, potentially using Hill's presence to attract other key free agents or to maximize draft capital through trade leverage. The financial narrative intertwines with on-field speculation, creating a multi-layered discussion about risk, reward, and the evolving nature of team-building strategies in today's NFL. In conclusion, the rumor of Tyreek Hill joining the Washington Commanders has ignited a whirlwind of conversation, debate, and anticipation across the league and among fans worldwide. The potential impact extends far beyond mere statistics, encompassing team culture, strategic innovation, and franchise identity. While the acquisition remains unconfirmed, the narrative already dominates sports media, reflecting the power of elite talent to generate buzz and redefine expectations. Analysts, insiders, and fans are locked in a speculative frenzy, dissecting every possible scenario, from explosive scoring opportunities to long-term playoff implications. Whether Hill's rumored move ultimately materializes or not, the story underscores the unpredictability and drama inherent in professional football, reminding everyone that a single acquisition can shift narratives, energize fan bases, and reshape entire franchises. The excitement and intrigue surrounding this possible signing reflect the enduring fascination with bold moves, superstar talent, and the endless possibilities that make the NFL a league defined as much by rumor as by reality. Thanks for tuning into District Command Central. Make sure to subscribe and follow us for all the Commanders news you need. Until next time, keep the faith and hail to the Commanders.